All right. Hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. Hey, I'm trying this streaming from multiple places thing again from last night. I'm trying this thing again. All right. Hey, y'all. All right. Go live. Oh, I don't think I'm live. Hold on. I don't think I'm live on Instagram. Mm. I think I'm here. I think I'm in the game. I do believe I'm here. I pray that I'm here. All right, guys. I don't know how many people will get on. It is late. Hey, Eric. Listen, it's late. It's late for me. It is absolutely, most definitely past my bedtime. I do have a bedtime. But when you told yourself that you were gonna do something, that's exactly what we about to do. Okay. So, in spite of everything that I had to do today, and I knew I could tell as the day was going on, it's gonna be late. It's gonna be late. And I said, you know what? We still gonna do it. Why? Because we told ourselves we were gonna do it. So I said, thank you, Sam, for holding me accountable. My buddy Sam was like, what time? I'm like, I'm not absolutely sure what time. Late. So needless to say, it has been a very busy day. Mondays and Tuesdays are my by far my busiest days. And I designed them that way. So I give everything I got on Monday and Tuesday, then I set my schedule up so Monday and Tuesdays, and this is the way I'm doing life. But right now, it is late. That's what I'm doing life right now. Monday, Tuesday, Thursday. Those are my focus days. I already know from sun up to sundown, busy. Okay. Wednesday is my flow day. It's just a little more relaxed. I just kind of go with the flow. I tend to be more creative on those days. And then Fridays is flex days. So I have plans, but they could change. They could easily change. All right, guys. So listen, this is what I want to talk about. Inspired by the day that I have had. Okay. Uh been an amazing day. I feel like I operated in my gift the majority of the day, and that's probably why I still have this energy at the end of the day. But I started to think about how, yes, I have to have a schedule. We can talk about that one day. I have to have, you know, commitments like daily commitments that I make to myself every single day, and I have to have a schedule so that I can function. All right, so I thought about how many people are feeling like this and they have no earthly idea how you're going to get all these things done. So I get like it's a blessing and honor. I get to talk to a lot of people every single day. And things I hear people say, I'm so overwhelmed. I don't know where to start. There's so much to do. And it seems simple to me. Um, Maybe it's because what I do. It seems so simple to me. So I say, you know what I'm talking about today? If you are to somebody, they got the to-do list that is 50 miles long. All right. How do you get it all done? Where do you even start? All right. So listen, I'm gonna give you five things. I'm gonna give you five things to do. Okay, when you got so much, that's it. So the first thing you don't do, Sam, is think about all the things that you have on you. So when I wake up in the morning, I'm very clear that I'm a limited human being with so much energy, so much time, and so much physical resources. So I ask God to give me the strength for all the things that I need to do. All right. I start the day asking Him, I'm like, Lord, what shall you have me to do? All right. And that's how I'm able to prioritize. So I start with a prioritized to do list. I have found relying on my memory. I am 46 years old. I think I thought at some point in my life I had a great memory. It's gone. So if I don't write it down, it's not going to happen. So I start the day with a prioritized to-do list so that it gets out of here and onto a piece of paper, right? So write the to-do list with the priorities on it. So that I can see it all in one place. And then it takes that's your assignment for today. Well, not for today. Did I give you an assignment? Your assignment for tomorrow is to make this to-do list first thing in the morning. So get it all out of your head, Sam. All right, get it all out of your head. Because the more you leave it here, the more you're going to continue to ruminate on it and think about, oh my goodness, I have so much to do. Y'all done heard me say this so many times. Don't say nothing about being overwhelmed. You are not overwhelmed. When you look up the word overwhelmed, it says buried by a huge mass. It's a powerless position. It's saying to me that like all of these things have overtaken me and it's weighing on me and it's more than I can bear. That don't sound empowering at all. All right. So we're not overwhelmed. We're gonna make a to-do list. We're gonna write down everything that you need to do so that you can see it on in one place. You are going to focus on next. That's number one. So make a to-do list. All right. Focus on what's important. All right. So you are not gonna be able to do everything. The list will probably be longer than the hours that you have in the day. The list will be longer than the time you have to do the things. Hey, Rochelle T. Parks, the list is going to be longer than the time you have to do all the things. All right. So you have to make a decision. You're going to have to ask God to help you, but you have to make a decision on what are the most important things and start on them first. Now, this is what I know about people. It might just, I'm gonna just say it's me because when I be talking about people and I say it's me, I really be talking about people. Okay. I know about people that sometimes when we look at the list, the most important thing may not necessarily be the thing you actually want to do. All right. It might be the most important thing. You need to go ahead and do that first because if not, you're going to find 50 million things to put in front of that thing. All right. So focus on the things that are important so that if you run out of time, you have gotten those things done that day. All right. And if you run out of time, let the time run out on the little bitty things. So you got to make a decision about what things are most important and start to do those things first. Then you take that thing that you're about to work on and you break it up into some small steps. All right. A lot of times stuff seems overwhelming to us because you're looking at the whole big picture. Like I have a project, something that I'm working on that I must get done today. All right. And when I thought about it, I had to write all these different words to go with it. I had to write the emails, do all these different parts. And it was like so much just like, no, just one step at a time. So first, I literally wrote down each of the steps so I could just check. There's something so satisfying about being able to see yourself eliminate these things for off your list. So you're gonna take the big things, you're gonna make them smaller, easier steps, and you're gonna give yourself like you're gonna go in, focus, and give yourself some breaks in between because overwhelmed is not what we're trying to be. That's not the jam, and it's not it is not at all what we are trying to do. All right. Next, you're going to give yourself a deadline, and it's not tomorrow, it's today. So you have to really draw a line in the sand with yourself, and you have to say, I'm going to complete this task before I go to bed tonight. All right. And so if that means that you might have to go to bed later than normal, you might have to go to bed later than normal. Okay. But what you're not going to do is push these big things to tomorrow. Because guess what? Tomorrow you're going to have more things to do. And this is the thing I learned about time, like pushing things back. You're going to keep pushing it back and then you're going to have no more time. All right. Some of us think we work better under I thought this, I think when I was in college, because I used to just slide in sometimes by the skin of my teeth. And you think I work better under pressure. I produce my best work when I'm under pressure. No, you produce because that's when you got to produce. All right. But it's less stressful on you. It's less overwhelming if you go ahead and one start on it early, but break it up into these pieces that you work on over time so it doesn't become this big overwhelming thing. All right. If you don't eliminate nothing else from your life in 2024, I'm gonna need you to eliminate overwhelm. Overwhelm. And I believe that overwhelm, this is what I really believe. When I looked up the definition, when you are buried beneath a huge mass, that only comes from trying to do things in your own strength. Yeah, the pressure become the deadline. You're trying to do it in your own strength. So you're overwhelmed because you're thinking about Tanisha got to do all this stuff. You're thinking about what you got to do, all the things that you have to do. But when I rely on God and I say, okay, God, there are clearly, I see, you see this list, Lord. You see all these things that need to be done. But Lord, show me what are the things that matter the most? What are the things that are the most important, right? And so, you have, and then if you run out of time for something, allow it to be running out of time for those things that don't move the needle as much in your life. All right. I just got out of a coaching session. I hadn't had a late one in a long time. I had a coaching session just a second ago, and I was sharing with the person. They are accomplished and successful. And I was saying you gotta have some time boundaries. Like, and what came to me as we were talking is you can give so much in one area of your life, but you have all these other areas of your life. You have all these other areas of your life. You're not just the person that you are at work, right? So this is what it made me think about when I used to take such pride in being a great teacher. I used to take a tremendous amount of pride in being a great mother or a great wife or a great friend, like all these great things. But the truth is, we have more than one area of our lives where we need success. And if you're winning in one area and not winning in another, that is not a life that's thriving. That's not fulfillment, and that is not a thriving life, and is not God's desire for us. So you have to be able to say, okay, what are the areas that I'm willing to like put on pause and focus my attention here so that I can pick it up here later. All right. So you have to be able to prioritize what is most important. All right. So you're going to break these tasks into smaller steps because we're not doing overwhelm. We're not trying to be all things to everybody. We're not doing that in 2024. It's so last year. All right. So we're not doing overwhelm. We're going to do these small steps and then we're going to stay focused. So this is my tip. I actually lead a co-working session in my coaching program. We have a co-working session. It is tomorrow. The coaches, the co-working session is tomorrow night. So this is what we do. We use a method called Pomodoro method. What you do is you set a timer for 25 minutes. All right. You work focus and intensely for 25 minutes. You take a 5-minute break. So that I usually put my phone on do not disturb. That's a boundary that I created for myself, right? Because I can't expect for people to know that I'm unavailable. So I make myself unavailable, right? And then when I take a break, I'll get back to them. So you work for 25 minutes, no interruptions, focus. You put you on some so I have this fire playlist, okay, on Apple Music. It's old school R&B, but it's just the instrumental. Man, it's the greatest, okay? So we put on this instrumental music and we work for 25 minutes, no disruptions. We actually hold each other accountable because we tell each other, okay, before the session starts, I'm going to complete this. We work for 25 minutes, we take a 5-minute break, and you talk about what you got done. We laugh a little bit, and then we go back in for another 25 minutes. After like the third or fourth round of that 25 minutes, you should take a longer break, maybe like 15 minutes. And I think it's after the fifth one you take like 30 minutes or something like that. But the point is, you'll be surprised how much you can get done when you break that thing down into smaller segments and you just go in focus for 25 minutes. You will be so surprised. See, because we so easily distracted. We live in a world where this phone be dinging and danging and it got us. You know what I'm saying? Like the phone is in control of us. So we got to answer a notification. We see the little light flash. We got to see what's going on the phone. We got to take every call. We got to watch every show, right? But 25 minutes to focus. So this is how you are going to really zone in. All right. Hey, Miss Hazel Armstrong. Okay, so that's what you're gonna do. You're gonna give yourself a deadline so you can stay on track and not allow yourself to procrastinate. So for me, I find that it works. You decide, but for me, I find that it works best if I have a non-negotiable list of maybe like 3 things, no more than 3 things. All right, because you can overwhelm yourself trying to do 10 things in a day. But I give myself a list of 3 things that it don't matter what time I get done. It could be 11:59, but I am going to get these 3 things done before I close my eyes tonight. All right. So give yourself a deadline. So there's no, I want to go to bed. I want to go to bed. And I would prefer to go to bed with the rewarding feeling of feeling like, yes, I got my big 3 done for the day versus being extremely disappointed in myself. Now, are there days that I have to pivot and say, dog, I'm just not going to have enough time to get it done? But I'm going to work up against that clock to get as much of it as I can get done. All right. And I would rather go to bed feeling good about the fact that I got done what I told myself I was going to do. See, that's how you get more confidence in you because you start doing what you told yourself you were going to do. So there's a reward for that. All right. And so these are, am I still on? What happened? So these are your five things I need you to do. All right. How am I going to get all this stuff done? The list is as long as the day is. There's 24 hours in a day. I got 45 things to do. All right. You are going to write them down. You're going to dump them out of this head of yours and get them on a piece of paper. I want to back up and say something about that too, because there's a debate about whether you should use a paper planner or digital Google Calendar. Listen, you know yourself better than anybody. You're going to use the planner. That's the planner that you use. It's going to be the one that you use. Okay. So if it's paper for you and you're a paper gal or guy, paper, write it down on paper. If it is digital for you, I saw somebody today, one of my clients, she had the most beautiful Google Calendar. And I was tempted to make me one. It was so nice. So in my coaching program, Ready Set Habits, we're doing, I don't know, y'all probably not ready to see it. This is my real planner, the full focus planner, which I love. So we literally, good, Sam, me too. I gotta have paper. So some people say they are not going to carry the paper planner with them. I take mine with me wherever I go. So we had to create something called our ideal week, and it's very interesting to see everybody creating the ideal week because some people have them on paper. And so here is mine. This is my framework for how my week should go. All right. And hers was on Google Calendar, and it was beautiful, y'all. She had the thing color coded, like for work hours, and another color for family. It looked aesthetically pleasing. Okay. And I, for 2 seconds, I was like, I should do mine like that. That's what I should do. But I'm lying. I'm not going to use it digitally because I recognize about myself that I have a tendency to get distracted. So going to Google Calendar might mean going to Instagram. And then now I'm off track. So I win better when I have it on paper. Plus, I can get it out of my head quicker and somewhere else, like in a spot. All right. I think what I'll do one day this week is set my little tripod up so I can actually show y'all how I plan for the coming day. Because if you wake up in the morning and you don't have a plan, it's whatever happens. It's whatever happens. Okay. Now about the plan, that don't mean just because you write it down on this beautiful piece of paper or put it in your planner. I have never had a day to go the way I wrote it out on this paper, but it's a guideline. All right. I have never had a day to go exactly the way I wrote it on paper, but it's a guideline. All right. And I found without the guidelines, the day just, I look up and it's over. And I really can't give account for what I have been able to do. All right. So these are your 5 things you're going to do to get them all done. You're going to get it out of your head. You're going to brain dump it. Okay. Get it out of your head, onto a to-do list, onto a calendar, paper, digital, whatever you need to do. You're going to write it down so that it's no longer here bothering you. In your head, you're just going to keep thinking about it, ruminating, and that's how you're going to start to feel overwhelmed. All right. Then you're going to decide, of all these things that I have to do, is there anything that could wait to a different day? And you're going to put it on that day that it can wait to. But what are the things that are high priority, that are the most important, and I really need to get done? And then you start with those and work your way down. All right. You're going to take that task that you had to do, and you're going to break it down into smaller and easier steps. The whole time you're doing these things, you are going to make yourself willing to pivot. So, like one of the things I had on my list today, I got into it and we ran into like a little glitch in the matrix. It was a little matrix glitch. And the person that I'm working with, my teammate, she was like, it would be better if we handled it this way before we do this. And I'm like, okay, right. Let's do it. Let's do it right. So it's 10:58. I said, let me go over here and go live. And I'm gonna come back and see, are we closer? So she's working through the part that she thinks, that's her gift, her area of gift. And prayerfully, when I get off here, we're gonna be rocking and rolling, okay? But you have to be willing to pivot, is the point I make. Be flexible, all right? Understanding you can write the most perfect list, you can prioritize, you can break it down, you can set the deadlines, and you still might have to make some adjustments, all right? So it's not written in stone. Don't stress yourself out if you write it on paper and it doesn't go exactly the way you plan. That has never happened to me, but there are some days that I can look back on the day and say, this was a great and productive day. All right. Set deadlines. Tell yourself when you're going to get it done by. All right. I used to like strive to get done by a particular time of the day. And I really liked it when I operated that way. But the way life is set up in this moment is before I close my eyes right now. All right. That is the deadline. And so I find the closer I get and I'm ready to go to bed, I'm more motivated to get these things done because this is what I told myself I was going to do. All right. Get rid of the distractions. That's probably what we're going to talk about tomorrow because we live such a distracted lifestyle. We live such a distracted lifestyle. We are this era of multitasking, doing 15 things at one time, is causing us not to be our best. It's causing us not to be efficient. And I believe it's creating the overwhelm in our lives. All right. So figure out how you can get rid of the distractions, like turn the notifications off. And this is what else, I go somewhere quieter. So, my family's in there right now. They probably laughing and yucking it up. No, I'm in here because I got stuff to do. Okay. So figure out how you can work in an undistracted way. All right. The thing, I mean, I think that Apple gave us the greatest thing ever when they created this iPhone. With time, I literally have a focus, the do not disturb. They have the different focus versions. I have one for church because I was getting texts while I was in the middle of worship. And one day I got a text in the middle of worship and I was agitated. And I'm like, why are they texting me? Don't they know I'm at church? Well, maybe they don't. And it's not their responsibility to. So this is how I talk to myself in church. I said, they don't know whether you're at church or not. You could have slept in today. It's not their job. It's my job to decide what comes through. So I set a notification. And when I arrive at church, my phone goes into that church focus thing. And there's only certain people who can break through that do not disturb. All right. So that I can enjoy my worship experience. And then when I leave, it automatically turns itself off because it's location based and it automatically comes on when I pull up at the church house. I have in the morning at the scheduled time that I should be doing my devotion, I have a do not disturb for my time alone with God because I do not want to be disturbed when I'm trying to get into the presence of the Lord. All right. But it's nobody else's responsibility. It's mine to set the boundaries that keep me from getting distracted, especially when I know I have a tendency to get distracted. So if you are not that person and you can work right through the distractions, I am not she. Okay. I am the right person call. All right. And I know they finna have the right amount of entertainment in their call. I will get off track. I will get off track. And so knowing that, I heavily depend on my do not disturb. And there's a limited group of people who can get through. All right. So figure out what are the strategies that you need to put in place so that you can stay focused. All right. So now this is what I want to know from you. I want you to try this tomorrow. And I want you to, if you are overwhelmed, if you're somebody who's saying, I am overwhelmed, I have more things to do than there are hours in the day. This is what I want you to focus on doing. I want you to write. I want you to go ahead and get brain dump it tonight. You could literally get a piece of paper and just all those things that are bumbling around in your head that you know you need to do, get them out and write them on paper. I started to show y'all all these little lists I got. I have a list right here, a list right there. Okay. So I started to show y'all, but it don't matter. Get it out your head and get it on paper. Do that tonight before you close your eyes. I know it's late, but do that. All right. When you wake up in the morning, ask God to give you direction on which of those things are the most important. Pick 1 to 3 of them and say, before I close my eyes tonight, I will get these things done. Start on the most important first. Break it up into small little tasks. Take you a couple of breaks. And the deadline is before you go to bed. All right. Avoid getting distracted through the day. There'll be a million opportunities. All right. But you're going to stay strong. You're going to stay focused. And I want to hear from you. So send me a DM or something that say, I tried it, took it, and I got these things done. And this is literally what we do in my, I have an accountability community called the Success Squad. We are on Marco Polo. We do ours in video though. We do it on Marco Polo. And what we do is we start the day with these are the 3 things that I'm going to get done today. Do we always get all 3 of our things done? No, but we kind of dissect what happens. So if you didn't get to your big 3, what happened today? I spent more time, slacking off than I should. I had a longer lunch break than I should have. I really got off track when I went, to these extra destinations that I didn't plan, right? But we talk about it. And so we start the day with what we plan to get done for the day, and we close with what our wins were. Yep. Oh no, Sam, you got kicked off. So Sam, I'm gonna give it to you because this is your homework for tomorrow. Okay. Sam, one more time for my boy Sam. Okay. You are going to make a to-do list. You told me you were overwhelmed. You said you had more things to do than there were hours in the day. So this is what I want you to do tonight. I need you to get all of those things out of your head onto paper or Google, Apple reminders or task or something. All right. But out of your head is the point. Not in your head. Sitting there thinking about it over and over. I got to do this. I got to do this. There are literally like in the course of just being an adult, you know how many things come our way? You know what I'm saying? That we just got to do it. And they just come up and it's another thing and it's another thing. You cannot expect yourself to remember things the way you did when you were 13 and 14 and you had a great memory and few responsibilities. All right. So get it out of your head so it doesn't keep, tussling with you, causing this emotional reaction, leading to this feeling of overwhelm and not knowing what to do. You know exactly what to do. So the first response to overwhelm or feeling, frustrated because you have so much to do is to get it out of your head and on paper. All right. Now you got it on paper. It's all here so it can be dealt with. Let's prioritize. Let's do the most important things first. My priority for most important is God led. God, show me which one of these things are most important. So right now I'm in a one of the things we do in the Success Squad is some of us are decluttering. So I need to go through my closet and I need to organize my shoes because I have like this pile of shoes that are just shoeing. They need to be in boxes and put on the shelf. I need to go through my, my closet and like put the shirts with the shirts. They have no kind of order right now. It's just in there on a hanger some type of way. I need to do that. But is that a high priority task for today? It does not have to do. Yes, Miss Hazel, get it out of your head and on paper. So I do need to get to my closet. It bothers me every time I go in there and I'm like, girl, so this weekend I did a little bit, right? But today on Tuesday, that is not a high priority task. It can wait. It can wait. All right. So that task can wait. It's at the bottom of the list. Would I like to get it done? I'm absolutely going to get it done. And I know that the time to come is going to get it done because I have it on the list of things to do. It's just not a high priority thing. All right. I'm checking these things out 3 by 3 every day with my big three, my top three things I'm going to get done. Today I had 4. I actually say 3 to 5, but I try to slow the people at 3 because people will, you'll put so much in a day thinking that you're Superwoman or Superman and you don't get it done. So I stop my coaching, the people in my coaching program, I try to stop them at 3, 1 to 3. But you can go up to 5, okay? So focus on what's important. Then Miss Hazel and Sam, I want you to break it down into small steps. Okay, how do I make this into, hey, Serenity? Y'all? Hey, Serenity. Let me stay focused, y'all. That's my baby. All right. Once we think about one thing that overwhelms us, more of the same thoughts come. Yes. Oh, the life. That's good, Sam. Oh, can I borrow that? The life algorithm. You keep, that's it. And you just keep playing with it in your head over, and over again. Let's take action. Let's go. Let's get active. Hey, baby. I miss you. That's my baby, y'all. These are the Serenity, one of the children, y'all. Listen, I'm a pause. That's my baby. I taught her when she was in 9th grade. She's a very accomplished woman now, young lady now. And when I exited education, they were the ones that made me almost want to stay. Almost. So anyway, that's it, Sam. Get it out your head, write a to-do list. What's most important? Break it into small steps. Set a deadline. I say deadline is the end of the day. Close the business. Get rid of the distractions. Stop letting people call you. And that's what we're going to talk about tomorrow. Let me write this down. We're going to talk about boundaries tomorrow. We're going to talk about boundaries because just like you wouldn't allow somebody, y'all done just gave me a word. Just like you wouldn't allow somebody to walk into your house and take whatever they wanted from you. Thank you, my love. We should not allow people to walk all over our time and just come in and snatch our time away from us. All right. But what you have to realize, it's not the other person's responsibility to know what your schedule looks like. It's not their responsibility to know what your responsibilities are. It is not their responsibility. The boundary has to be created by you. And you have to say, okay, this is as far as I will allow your stuff to come. So if you are intentional and focused on your goals, people who love you will understand when you say, can I call you back when I finish? I have friends that like high achieving friends that have things to do. And if I call them and they don't answer the phone, I don't automatically assume they acting funny with me or they mad at me. I already know they on something and they gonna call me back as soon as they get done, right? And I go right on to the next thing. You have to be able to show people like these are the spaces where I am available. So for my family really knows, like nobody is surprised that I'm in here doing this at 11:09 because the rhythm in the household, because I've shown my family, this is how we operate. My husband, Monday, Tuesday, there's less of me for the family. Monday, Tuesday, long days, y'all may not see me. Monday, Tuesday. Wednesday, we eat dinner at the table. I'm going to give them that. All right. We eating dinner at the table Wednesday. So if I got to let something go, the priority on Wednesday is eating dinner at the table with my family. Friday night, date night with my husband. Saturday night, fun times with my children. So then that means if there's something professionally that's tugging on me on a Wednesday night, there's a boundary there that says no, because I'm with my family. Friday nights, I'm with my husband. Saturday nights, I'm with my family. All right. So it's a give and a take. And it's about just creating the boundary. And little do you know, people who love you will honor and respect it, but we don't create it. And then we get mad when we do all these things. We let this person call and talk to us about nothing. Talk to us about nothing and keep us from doing what we're supposed to do. And I listen, I love a good, from the bottom of your gut all the way up laugh. It's nothing better to me than getting together with a group of friends and laughing till you cry. Like, that is heaven for me. Okay. I love it in the right season. In the right season. I love to have a great time. But I have to be able to say, right now, I'm focused on this, and the people who love me have to be able to understand. Yeah, this what's today? That's Thursday. We're gonna talk about these junk food relationships. Y'all give me all kind of content. Cause see, we afraid that if we put this boundary up, the people gonna get mad and they ain't gonna want to be our friend no more. All right, we'll say that for Thursday, y'all. Too soon. All right. Yes, Sam. So teaching was one of, and I'm still a teacher. I will forever be an educator. I just shifted to a different classroom. I'll say that. But teaching was one of my great joys. I went to brunch this weekend, and this young lady came and she said, "Did you used to be a teacher?" And I'm like, "I did." And she remembered me, and I sort of remembered her, but I didn't remember her right off the bat. It took a while. So yeah, so that's it, y'all. Those are the 5 things. And I want y'all to do that tonight. Go ahead tonight, get this stuff out your head. Don't take it to bed with you. Drop it on the paper. All right, drop it on the paper so that you can go to bed worry free, knowing that you got this stuff out of your head and you're gonna put it in its appropriate place tomorrow. This almost reminds me, like, you go. This is where I got this idea. Like, anybody ever watch an episode of Hoarders? And you be like, they not gonna ever get this house together. You look at the Hoarders and you like, that house is never gonna be right. And then I saw an episode once where there was a staircase and the stuff was like stacked up so high on the stairs that they had to crawl. They were almost to the ceiling. They were almost to the ceiling, crawling up to get up. And there was a person that like lived up there. She had a bedroom. I remember watching that episode like, ain't no way they gonna get this house together. But you know what they did? One thing at a time. They just start going through one room at a time, and you just keep working. And then you look up and then there's progress. So they showed the midway, and it still looked pretty bad. But you can see, okay, it don't look as bad. They got the stuff out. All right. Now, how this carpet ever gonna be? Is the carpet ever gonna be restored to its original quality? Maybe, maybe not. But they got the stuff out. That's how we gotta think. We gotta think like, let me just start. Let me just get started going through this stuff, one thing at a time. So if you just stand there and look in the room, and you will be overwhelmed by all the stuff in the room, but they little by little, little by little, little by little, little by little, little by little. So give yourself some grace. Be willing to, flex a little bit. Don't be so rigid once you get it in your, on your prioritized list with your steps. Don't be so rigid. Give yourself some grace, but set that deadline, because we have a tendency to procrastinate. All right. So listen, guys, I'm so glad. Thank you, Sam, my accountability partner for today. He literally was on IG and he said, "What time, Tucker?" And Tucker says, "It's gonna be late. It's gonna be 10:30. It's gonna be late, but I'm going to be there." All right. And so I will be back tomorrow. Tomorrow should be up. Just start. Just start. Tomorrow is a much lighter day for me. I still have plenty of things to do, but it's just a lighter. I just don't go as long on Wednesdays because I have dinner with my family. Um, and that's the reason why I have long Mondays and Tuesdays, so that Wednesday I can relax it a little to carve out that space for my family. So anyway, you have to create a system that works for you and the lifestyle that you have. But I promise you, you can address each one of those areas of your life just little by little, as long as you get started. So I love you out of life. If you are not following me on YouTube. So how I've been doing this is I'm going live on in multiple places. I'm over here on Instagram. So I'm using StreamYard, and I'm able to go live on Facebook, Instagram, and YouTube at the same time. But the trigger, the kicker is if you follow me on YouTube, then when I go live, you'll get a notification. And I don't know if that happens exactly on Facebook. So subscribe to my YouTube channel and turn on your notifications so you'll get, and I'll be here every week. I mean, all week. Maybe I'll be here every week, but I'll be here all week, every single day. It is a commitment that I made to myself between now and Sunday that I will go live every single day. This is day 2 of 7. Also, listen, if you know that this is what else I wanted to share with y'all. If you know that this is the 50 something, we are 8 weeks into the new year. Let's just say that we're 8 weeks into the new year. 8 weeks have passed. Let me get the YouTube link. 8 weeks have passed since this year started. 8 weeks, y'all. So if you started the year and you was like, this is gonna be my best year ever, watch me whip, watch me nay nay. You promise yourself you're gonna do all these things. You're 8 weeks in, and it hasn't happened. Okay, just go on. This is how you find me on YouTube. Go to YouTube and look up Coach Tooker. Hey Jerry, go to I didn't even see these people over here from YouTube. Hey, Tiff. Oh my God, there's so much fun people. So anyway, go to YouTube and look me up as Coach Tooker. Coach Tooker at Coach Tooker on YouTube. All right. Follow me on YouTube. Also, you can go to happynewyearnow.com to get invited to my free coaching session that I do every single Thursday. And then you'll also be on my email list, and I shoot out an email before I go live to say I'm about to go live. I said an hour, but sometimes the notice just ain't that long. All right. So I love y'all all the way to life. This is so much fun to me. If I could do one thing all day, it would be come hang out and talk to y'all all day long. But I appreciate y'all coming and rocking with me. Again, if there are questions that you have about how to thrive in multiple areas of your life, how to prioritize your time. I think I'm froze.
I didn't see that.
I know.
Is there something else I could?
Yeah, I need no help. Okay. Yeah. Theory. I think she made me froze. What was I saying? All right. I was saying, if you know you need help prioritizing your list, you need accountability, you need help setting your goals, go to happynewyearnow.com to register for my free coaching session this Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, is what I said. Eastern Standard Time. Free coaching call Thursday, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Okay. Happy New Year now. You register for that. You'll also be on my email list. So when I get ready to go live, I will shoot it out to you. I'll have the link and everything, and you will just click it. All right. Thank you, Sam. Lord, I'm like, Siri, play too much. All right. I love y'all to life. I will see y'all tomorrow. Have an amazing evening and get your rest. Write your to-do list down and go to bed. All right.